In this tutorial in PhotoDirector 365, we're going to look at how to remove an unwanted object from your graphic image or photograph. We're using the new interface and we'll show you a couple of things about that. I am in the library mode currently because you see that box is highlighted on the upper left corner. I want to get into the edit mode, so I'm going to click from the edit and click the down arrow and choose guided in this case. Now this gives me some tools that I can use with, and in the new interface you see I have on the upper left corner on the very left side of the screen these new elements that are icons, and each one opens a submenu that I can use. So I'm going to be on the one that says edit, the top one, and I want to use the second one down, which is object removal. Currently it has only one element in it. It's called Object Removal AI. Many of the AI tools use tokens or credits from Cyberlink. This one currently does not. I hope it stays that way, but that's a positive. So I'm going to click on it and get to the Object Removal tool. Now I need to decide what object I want to take out. I will look at the gal's gray coat in the center, and I want to work on removing this label on the lapel first of all. Now it's a little bit small, so I can magnify it in one of several ways. I can click on the zoom tool in the upper right and click and zoom in. And sometimes it will go automatically to a size I don't want, so I click on the lower right corner and I can control the size of magnification. Now it didn't give me the part of the image I want, so I can choose it one of two ways. I can click the rectangular box in the preview and move it to where I want to go, or I can simply take the hand, click on that and drag wherever I want to get what I want on the center of my screen. So I like that one. Let's keep it that way. So next thing I want to do is I want to click on my brush. Now it didn't work. Why? Because I still have the hand tool selected. I need to make sure I have the magnifying glass tool selected even though I'm not going to zoom. So now when I click the brush, I will see I have my brush. I'll make it a little bigger. And we'll just brush over this generously. I don't have to be right on the edge. And I have it all highlighted. Now I'm going to click Apply. It will take a while to process, and it did a really good job on this particular element. It looks like it was never there. If I want to undo what I did, I click the Clear button in the lower left corner. We're not going to do that at this particular time. So it took that label off the lapel. Let's see what happens when we work a little bit more on something a bit more complicated, which is the name tag. So I'm going to drag across the name tag. I want to make sure I don't have any white remaining. So I can be a little generous here. And we'll make sure the inside's taken care of. And let's click Apply and see what happens on this one. Not too bad. You notice it tends to darken the area behind the image. It's trying to take the pixels and work them together. All in all, that's not too bad, especially when we back out, click on Fit, and now it's very difficult to tell that there was either element there before. Let's take something else. Let's try the straw that's hanging out here. I'm going to go from Fit to 100%. Take my hand and I'll move it over here. I have to again be on the magnifying the zoom tool, and now we'll select our brush and we'll do this. And let's say I goofed and went where I didn't want to go. I just click the minus brush, and now I will erase the area that I marked, and I just want the other part. Again, I got a bit of the straw more I want right there. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm going to make sure I don't get anything over here. I don't have to be quite that generous on this side. And let's try Apply. And you see a little tiny bit of a remnant of the straw, but again, if you go back to normal magnification and you fit, it looks like it was never there. That's pretty good. Let's try something a little more complicated and see how well it works there. I have this plant in the foreground. Let's work on that. So I'm going to be on the positive brush and click here. Again, we could get closer and be a little more precise, but let's see how this works now. And click on apply. It processes it, and it doesn't do a bad job. Again, you notice it looks kind of fuzzy, blurry, a little matted color. It darkens the pixels, but it doesn't do a bad job if you want to handle it. But definitely not as easy as if you have a single object on a background that's pretty consistent. Let me give you another example of that. You see the hook in the ceiling here. Let's make that disappear. I'll click on that and click on apply. And this should be a very easy one. Look like it was never there. Now the most difficult one I might try on this image happens to be this gal's purse. So what I want to do is, let's magnify again. We'll go to maybe 100%. And I'll move my box around. Okay, let's see if we can take this out. And we want to make sure we're on this tool. Click our brush. See how big we want it. I'll make it pretty big. And we'll see if we can make it disappear and what it looks like once we try. All right, click apply. Now, once again, it took some of the colors that it found around the area and it combined them, made them a little bit fuzzy. It looks like she's got a huge stain or problem on her coat, but the purse is gone. Let's zoom back to the normal fit. And probably not what you want. So in this case, because of the background, because of the complexity, it had a hard time both with this and with the flowers. But for other objects on the right kind of background, it does a marvelous job. So you might find this useful as you're trying to tweak some things that are distracting in graphic images or photographs when working with PhotoDirector 365.